Hello and welcome to Headlines Nigeria on Internet Television International. Here we bring you summaries of the top stories in our Nigerian dailies. I am Rachel Owa. From the Nigerian campus comes this political story. 2011, Jonathan kickstarts campaign September 18. President Goodluck Jonathan will declare his presidential bid for the 2011 elections on September 18. The paper reports that the president, who just returned from Kigali, the Rwandan capital, on official assignment, has finally made up his mind to run for the 2011 elections. From Punch newspaper, Igbo will regain political relevance in 2011. Jonathan. President Goodluck Jonathan has assured the Igbo people that they will regain political relevance under the People's Democratic Party-led government in 2011. From this day newspaper, Jega expects elections earliest January 8. Although the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) is yet to release the guidelines and timetable for the 2011 general elections, the Commission's chairman, Professor Tahiru Jega, yesterday told Nigerians to expect the first election latest by January 8 next year. He also said the new voters registered to be used for the elections will be ready latest by December 9 this year, almost a month to the conduct of the first election. From next newspaper, Ogun Speaker impeached, bond approved. The political crisis in Ogun State climaxed yesterday as 9 of the 26-member House of Assembly said it had removed the Speaker, Tunji Egbetokun. He was immediately replaced with Soyemi Koka. From the same paper, NPP faction rebuffs reconciliation move. The interim committee of the All Nigeria People's Party, NPP, has pledged to recall their group members who 2 weeks ago organized a parallel meeting of the National Executive Committee, NEC, because of its desire to have a united party ahead of the 2011 general elections. But in a swift reaction, one of their group members rebuffed the move, saying he and his colleagues will not have anything to do with the transition committee until certain fundamental issues affecting the party are resolved. From Nigerian Tribune, PDP governors meet Jonathan today. Zoning arrangement tops agenda. Governors of states controlled by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, will today meet with President Goodluck Jonathan in a bid to clear the air about foggy issues that could jeopardize the chances of the party in the 2011 general election. Top on the agenda is the zoning arrangement. Daily Trust newspaper, Halliburton, Obasanjo's aide, others for court today. A former aide to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, construction giant Julius Berger, and other suspects are due to appear in court today in Abuja to answer allegations of taking bribes from the American oil construction company, Halliburton. Daily Trust newspaper, federal government moves to stop 3 dams along River Niger. The federal government says it is making moves to prevent the construction of 3 multi-purpose dams in Mali, Guinea-Bissau and Niger to allow free flow of the River Niger. Still from Daily Trust newspaper, EFCC swoops on Jigawa, Kwara. Operatives of the EFCC yesterday arrested 5 top officials in Jigawa and 2 local government area chairmen in Kwara State. In a crackdown, opposition politicians say was targeted at governors who are canvassing for power rotation to the north. Nigerian Tribune, federal government to train 140,000 teachers nationwide. Over 140,000 teachers nationwide are to undergo refreshers courses in line with the federal government's efforts at meeting the 2010 Millennium Development Goals MDGs project. We move over to the next newspaper now. Labour threatens national strike over fuel price increase. The Nigerian Labour Congress NLC yesterday reiterated its warning to the federal government that there would be nationwide disruption if it goes ahead with the planned removal of subsidy on petroleum products by December this year or latest end of 2011. And in business, Nigerian Tribune, federal government will build 2 billion naira transmission station in Akure. In its bid to boost power supply to some parts of Ondo State, the federal government will build a 2 billion naira transmission substation in Akure, the state capital. From Daily Trust comes the headline, NNPC owes gasoline suppliers between $3 to $6 billion. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) owes gasoline suppliers between $3 billion and $6 billion for previous import, trade sources said. Daily Trust newspaper: Nigeria secures board member Jeb in IDB. The federal government has secured the right to appoint permanent executive director to represent the country in the board of directors of the Islamic Development Bank (IDB), following increment in the country's IDB subscribed capital. And in sport, next newspaper says anti-graft agency arraigns former NFF officials. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) will today arraign 4 former board members of the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) at the Federal High Court, Abuja, for several fraud allegations. And from Compass newspaper, NFF Elections, court sacks Maigari, others. For disobeying his author, Justice Okon Abane of the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos yesterday nullified the August 26 elections into the board of the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF). Justice Abane described the conduct of the NFF officials and its electoral committee as reckless and high-handed, while also maintaining that as far as the court was concerned, no election was held. And that's it on this edition of Headlines Nigeria. We'll bring you more news headlines tomorrow. I am Rachel Owa. Thanks for logging on.